to go unexpectedly.
Alright. Anyway, welcome to the Overwatch League of Champions' very own podcast. I am Frau Gatron. Today I'm joined by Yiggs and Pog, and Sig, and we are going AFK. Now, Pog is probably just going to be chilling today, which is fine. He's going through some personal stuff.
Sick.
Don't have to worry about that. Yeah. I always just say personal things. Like, nobody tends to ask questions.
That's true, because, like, I mean, you're kind of a terrible person. Or maybe not a terrible person, just, like, a profligate gossip if you're like, yeah, but what are those personal
None of your business! That's what those personal things are! That used to be, like, that used to be the thing.
None of your bees like I haven't done that in years. What the hell?
I know, right? I was like, oh.
So, really quick though, we just saw a brand new team play just about a half an hour ago.
Yes.
Oh.
Hi, Beachy!
It's Beachy.
Yes, I forgot
Hey,
to mention.
what's up?
We have a special guest today, and it's Beachy,
It's
Captain
me.
of Voltage.
Hey,
Yes!
let's go. How's everybody doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine.
I'm okay. I was up till 3 a.m. drinking Hennessy and, like, shit-posting politics. It was, or shit-talking politics. There's, like, 4 of us in a kitchen all yelling about socialism. It was really good. It was good.
Yelling about socialism? Wait a minute.
We ranged from everything from, like, socialism to aliens to, like, feminism.
Aliens?
I mean, what else do you have to talk about when you're on Hennessy?
Like, how you're
How-
time traveling when you're looking at the sky. I'm
Wait.
like, I'm like
Wait,
queen of
how do
random
you-
knowledge.
How do you go from socialism to aliens?
They were on Hennessy. What do you expect?
So, like, I mean, fair. So it kind of went along, like, we were talking about socialism and then the injustice of a capitalistic system to black and brown bodies under the American system. These friends are from Haiti, and so we were talking about that and the experiences here versus there. And then we ended up talking about a conspiracy theory that, I mean, I guess I could go into it, but there's probably not what this podcast is about like HIV. So there's a prevalent conspiracy theory that HIV, and you probably heard it, HIV or AIDS, is man-made. And some of the variations are, it was used to kill black people in Africa, it was used to kill gays, and like some other, like, there's a wide variety of this conspiracy theory. And he was like,
That's
well,
mad.
wasn't it man-made? I was like, no, let me tell you the history of AIDS. And so then I was telling them how it worked. And then we went from that to cancer, and we were talking about mutations. And he was like, well, we got onto like conspiracy theories about like, hey, does Big Pharma really have a cure for cancer? And then they're just not saying because they make more money off of us being sick. And I was like, no, that's not true. And then we went into like, when we were getting on conspiracy theories, like what's true, what's not, it was like, what's your opinion on aliens? And like, one person believed in them.
What do you mean?
I
Your
believe there's
opinion of
something
aliens,
up
whether
there.
they exist or not?
So, we've ranged into a variety of topics over that. We're like, kind of an idea, the general question, do you believe in aliens? And then, like, going into the ramifications of that, if you do you believe they visited Earth? Do you believe, like, Roswell or these incidents with supposed UFOs and things like that? And, like, everybody had a different answer, which is
Okay.
always really interesting.
If you want my opinion on that,
I would
the
love that.
Roswell incident, I'm skeptical, but I do believe that aliens exist, as I believe this universe is far too big for there not to be other life out there. Whether they're
Okay.
advanced enough to travel to other planets, I'm not sure of, but I am there's almost for sure other life out there.
Have you guys seen the signal coming from space like every 16.3 days or something? It's coming from like
Yeah, it's they've determined it down to a pulsar with some unique radiation.
oh.
There's also the WOW signal, which is kind of cool.
Like, I think there's something out there. Like, it just makes sense. Like, why wouldn't there be something out there? Like, I mean, if it's just us, that is the most stupidest thing I have ever heard. Because there's got to be another planet that's at least similar to ours that has life, or that something is adapted to living on a planet of their own. So, in a sort of sense, it's got to exist. But I don't know if we'll ever actually discover if something exists, unless it was to come to our like the world, our world, like our planet. But I think personally that we won't actually discover anything, because I mean, something's got to be real, right? I mean, stuff like the Men in Black has existed. I know there was a story that I read up the other, like a few years back, of like this like hotel that had a UFO sighting above it, and the very next day, two men wearing full black suits came in. They were abnormally tall, apparently. They both went into there, and they asked to see the manager. The manager wasn't there, and then they left, and they never came back. So, like, as if they wanted to speak to someone about what happened. So, I think stuff like that does exist, and I think there are, like, studies that, like, definitely show it. I mean, there have been, like, NASA, how do I put it? There's been, NASA been showing, like, the world, and then, like, all of a sudden you'll see something in, like, the corner of the screen that looks like a UFO, and you're like, okay. And then, all of a sudden, it cuts out. Or, no matter what, like, it just all of a sudden, it just blanks out, and then they go, oh, technical difficulty, sorry, guys. And then they get the stream back up. And you're just there like, Now, that to me is just off. And, like, it's just convenient how it knocks off as soon as something weird shows up on the screen.
Yeah. Do you think the government's trying to hide stuff from us?
I have a well-formed opinion about this.
I mean, it makes sense. Why would they not try and hide? Why would, if they had found something, they wouldn't want everyone knowing, for the pure reason that they don't want to cause worry for people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have two things about this. I'm gonna be, again, we seem to be opposite a lot, but so once again, Sig. I'm going to be a little bit different. So there's two things. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'll try not to go off on too much of a tangent. You'll have to tell me if I'm talking, if you're like, okay, we get it. So I'm going to go with Carl Sagan on this, with this statement. If it is just us out there, it seems like an awful waste of space.
Yeah.
So in a sense, I'm a skeptic. I don't have enough proof to say there isn't. I can't explore the universe. However, I don't think if they do exist, it's infinitesimally small chances that they've come in contact with our society in any sort of way. Because if there are aliens out there, well, we run into Fermi's paradox, right? So, sort of, what is the Drake equation, which is an equation for sort of, you put a lot of factors in, and if you put these together about class and planets and things like that, you have an incredibly high probability, statistically, mathematically, for there to be other life out there. But if there is, how come we haven't run into it, right? That's Fermi's paradox. Well, the reasons that I don't think we have is that, first of all, the vast amount of differences, the vast amount of space, sheer space, just in the Milky Way galaxy. Now, we're not even talking about the other billions of galaxies out there, but just in the Milky Way, of which we are a small, tiny part. First of all, if you are, we would have to assume that this race is interstellar navigational capabilities, not just interplanetary, because we don't even have that, but interstellar. However, they cannot be so advanced that our consciousness isn't interesting to them, sort of like us to ants. You know, the ants are all doing things like there, but no one cares. We're just so far technically and consciously above them. So if you think about Earth, if you're going to go somewhere, you got to find it first, right? How long have we had radio capability? This would be the first signals, intelligent signals, that would actually be heard from space. We've had radio capabilities since, like, what, 1920s, 1930s? So, only 70 years. So that would mean that this interstellar race, theoretically, has to be within about 70 light years. They also have to have evolved, developed interstellar travel, developed the language and capabilities to do all that at the same time as us in a convenient location nearby. That is small odds. You know, there's a couple of theories. One, we are the first intelligent life in the universe, the first to evolve. We're just early. The others are that there is intelligent life out there, but it's so far advanced, it has nothing to do with this. But the most likely option is that the galaxy is massive. In not only in distance, but also in time. For them to have been able to, they would have to be, assume that they could get in contact with us, fly over here and all that within 70 years. That's a very remote possibility. About Roswell, and you talk about the government, I'm going to go with Occam's razor. All things being equal, the simplest explanation tends to be the truth. So let's talk about Roswell. What is more likely here? That, remember what was going on in 1940?
Aircraft testing, the first stealth planes.
The Cold War, exactly. What is more likely? A civilization capable of interstellar travel came over here undetected by anything and fucked up so badly that they managed to crash. Now think about how planned the ISSs, the Soyuz and things like that. Everything is calculated for because it has to be because of the massive amounts of math and data involved in just interplanetary. Not to mention interstellar with their superior capabilities, but somehow they came down here, or we with our shitty weapons killed them. And then our government, the American government, which can't keep a secret about wiretapping or Trump's mistresses or MK Ultra or literally anything. Our government that leaks like a fucking sieve has somehow managed to keep this a secret from all people from all time and all legalities.
Yeah,
or could it have been one of the first test runs of the U-2 spy plane that we could not, the big thing that was going on during Roswell, testing of spy planes in the Cold War, right before World War II.
Yeah.
The Soviets, the Germans, what's more likely? We had a super spy aircraft that we were testing and it fucking crashed due to human error, or all this infinitesimally smaller odds of an interstellar craft.
It sounds like you're in about the same boat as I am, Yiggs, where you're skeptical about the sightings, but are not necessarily skeptical about there be other life.
Well, I will allow the possibility for other life. Mathematically, the odds are very high.
Yeah.
However, have we encountered that life? Is it being hid from us? Absolutely not. What's more likely, like the cutaway screen and everything? And here's the other thing. So, like, you see something weird. If NASA were trying to hide shit from us, wouldn't they just air the stream on a delay and cut it off? Like, that's a much more effective thing than just throwing up the screen and being like, oh no, they might have seen aliens, better cut it off. Like, conspiracy theories hedge on the data that everybody's a fucking idiot that it comes into it. Like, people are either super competent, like the government can't, they don't say anything, they pay everybody off, nobody dying from cancer told his grandkids, things like that. And the most sophisticated space monitoring network we have, not only NASA, don't forget, space is being monitored by Russia, by Japan, by other countries, as well as by, I think the organization you were reaching for earlier was SETI, the Search for Terrestrial Intelligence. All of these signals and the way that science and physics work, they're all shared. You can't just keep a secret from one thing to another.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
I mean, look just how hard it is for the U.S. and Russia just to get along, and they agree to keep alien life secret.
That's why, like, there's people that are like, we didn't walk on the moon. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Somehow you got the USSR and the US to cooperate on that? No. There's literally no proof. I'm sorry.
Listen.
Like, again, all things being equal, simplest explanation tends to be the truth.
Listen,
and I will absolutely argue with you if you think it's false. I can prove it.
You're about to hate me right now, okay? I'm going to say multiple things here that just literally discombobulates anything you just said.
Do not tell me you think the moon landing was a hoax.
No, I don't think it was a hoax. If you want to be a moron,
that's okay.
No, I don't think it's a hoax.
Not my problem.
But I think they found something up there that now they don't want to go back up there. Because
but they've been there several times after. You realize that, right?
No, they haven't. They went up there in like 19 whatever, and all the technology we have now, they don't want to go up there.
I've got a much more simple explanation for you with Occam's razor. Either they're hiding something, and somehow they've got a holographic field up there that everybody on Earth that can monitor it, we can, amateur astronomy, if you want to go and get right now, you can see what's on the moon. However, consider this reason: money. It is extremely expensive to send a manned craft to the moon, especially for so little data. We're not really learning that much about anything up there that man can do. What we are doing is putting people in danger at the cost of billions of dollars to the taxpayer. Now, think about all of the shit talking and shit that goes on in politics right now over much smaller expenses, the military or Medicare for all or whatever. You think all the taxpayers would agree to have their tax raised so we could go to the moon again? There are people that are opposed. Now, I believe in pure research. I'm here to pay taxes for that, but not many people are. These are people that are complaining that they have to pay taxes for schools. You think they're going to pay taxes to go to the moon? No.
Okay.
The whole thing was...
all right,
the other thing was USSR versus US.
Sig, you want to know something? I just looked it up. We have been to the moon a total of 21 times since the initial moon landing.
Okay. How about this then, yeah? Explain to me this. How can, bearing in mind, we have the hottest thing in the world, yeah? The sun. The only way to survive this hot ball is from our atmosphere. You're trying to tell me a bit of plastic and a bit of metal pierces this atmosphere and we don't melt.
I can refute that.
Are you trying to say that just by leaving the atmosphere you're going to burn up? Because that's not how the sun's radiation works.
Yeah, I don't think you've got your science right. I'm sorry. But are you talking about climate change? Or are you talking about climate change as a hoax? Or are you talking about, well, how can people actually go out there and survive per radiation, which is different?
Well, what I'm saying is the fact that it doesn't make any sense that for some reason we were able to go out there. Now, bearing in mind here, you'd have the speed and velocity of everything. You'd have to go like to break the atmosphere was achieved using a bit of plastic and a bit of metal.
Yes, but specially made materials, it's not just like your household plastic. You have to understand the chemistry behind all of these things. That absolutely we can make things that withstand, and things out there in the universe withstand thousands and hundreds of thousands of times that pressure every day, as well as radiation.
There are meteorites that are constantly bombarding the planet.
Okay.
They easily break through the Earth's atmosphere.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna drop some more hot stuff that I guarantee you'll be able to
I don't think you have a good understanding of science in this case.
No.
So let me put it this way: what the sun gives off is radiation. It's wavelengths.
Yes,
the atmosphere protects against wavelengths, not solid material.
Yeah, I know. I saw that online, and I just decided to see what your answer was. But listen, okay? Now explain to me this, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Malarian aircrafts. What happens when they go into the Bermuda Triangle and they disappear? What?
Because the Bermuda Triangle is a magnetic phenomenon.
So, to be honest, no more ships or planes disappear in the Bermuda Triangle than anywhere else on Earth. It's the same statistics. Bermuda Triangle is just famous because one was military and published in the papers. If you look at the actual math, and you can go, I'm saying don't take my word for it, go research it yourself. Nothing disappears in the Bermuda Triangle any more than anywhere else on Earth. In essence, the Bermuda Triangle conspiracy theory is a myth. It was through publication.
Educating the people.
Well, explain this, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Hit me with it.
Right. Now, we have our galaxy, right?
Yeah.
Milky Way, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yes, with several more planets than people realize. Yes.
Exactly.
Milky Way galaxy.
So I wanna say this. Yeah, I wanna ask this to science freaks. Okay.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. Why? If we have this galaxy, yeah, why aren't we trying to explore out of it? Why are we only staying inside of it?
I can explain that. Here's why. It's again goes back to the same thing ever. Money and
And
profit.
technology.
We live, well, not even that. We live in this capitalist society that doesn't really reward pure research. You talk to any scientist trying to get grants for pure research. The problem is that we do not have the political or governmental will to coordinate a project of that size. The other thing is that our technology is not sufficiently advanced, but we are working on it. Elon Musk and the privateering space companies that are doing all the launches right now, that it's constant going into space, they are looking to pursue profiteering in space and through that go out. Essentially, we're going along that route. We don't have the funding or willpower politically for public money, so some of these rich people are starting to send out. You've got companies like SpaceX and the Falcon, everything like that. But the world is just simply not that interested in space exploration because the perceived cost of technology versus the perceived profit in space is so minor. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of resources going into something that isn't going to bring us much more than pure data. And in this world, pure data is not, it's not the goal in capitalism. You need investors,
it's very
you need funders.
Unfortunate, but
Right. The other thing is, learning about space, I want you to think about just how incredibly distant everything is in space and the incredible amount of resources it would keep to keep people alive and sane. A trip to Mars, for example, one way, how long do you think that is?
That's at least a couple hundred years.
Well, to Mars? No, it's like
Few
1 year,
thousand.
but like
No, listen.
Mars is about a year away.
You're trying
Right?
to tell
Oh,
me
shit.
that they don't want to explore the universe, but they want to put fucking
They want
plants
to
in
explore
my
the universe! Every
No.
fucking astroscientist wants to explore the rest of the
The
universe!
thing is that you're actually kind of contradicting yourself there, because technology, I can't just snap my hands and suddenly we can break the laws of physics and have warp drive and photon torpedoes and starships. It doesn't work that way. The technology is incredibly complicated, and like all technology, it advances in steps and bounds.
So-
Going to the moon, sending our Curiosity probe to Mars, and now planning a manned Mars mission in perhaps 10 years, these are the baby steps to exploring the universe. There's not this thing, we don't have fusion, we don't have anything like I think the fastest way of propulsion that we currently have available would be to just launch a solar sail with nuclear bomb explosions. However, that you don't decelerate in space. You can't. It'd be a fantastic way to get rid of humanity's stock weapons.
Yeah, Sig, there is a major difference between not wanting to do something and not being able to do something.
Right. We're quite literally bound by the limitations, and while we are pushing against them, and we could theoretically push against them much further if the world were united and agreed with this as a monetary goal, because you've got to have those materials, the astronauts, everything, got to have that from somewhere. In a capitalist system anyway, you have to get paid. That's billions and trillions of dollars. We're looking at a large expense, and in order to do that, it would either have to be the political willpower of the world, like every human agrees that space, no matter what you gain from it, that's what we need to do. That's what we need for survival. Or we'd have to cut back military budgets or social safety nets, and you see how that is right now just in America. In essence, a lot of the public doesn't care about going out to space because they have to pay their bills and eat food and live their life as an adult. Paying extra money to go to space doesn't affect their life. Now, is it a great thing for humanity? Yes, if we did that. But we have a lot of problems here that are more pressing, like climate change and other things like that are facing us here that require attention. But even more than that, the one thing that humanity has chosen to pay attention to is the pursuit of profit. Space does not factor into that. You've got some dreamers, but we're talking about a public that is scientifically illiterate for the most part as well. We have people that believe the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
Well, that was also my other point. How would you discredit all those people? Because apparently, I don't believe in this. Don't you worry. I'm not a flat earther before you start killing me.
No worries.
Okay.
Don't worry. But they believe that apparently, I don't know how the hell you believe this, but so what is it? It would be the South Pole, right? Mm-hmm. Apparently the bit down there is a wall that we have yet to surpass. It is so cold.
So do you know where that idea actually comes from? It was an old Poe story. The Wall in Antarctica. An old
oh my god.
story by Poe.
It's Game of Thrones.
Listen,
That's basically what it is.
I'm about to offend all the flat earthers out there, but
Good, they should be
first of all,
offended.
you're a fucking idiot. Secondly, if you guys want to have a really good laugh, just sit down one day and look up flat Earth arguments. I swear you will have such a great time laughing at it.
So did you guys know how the whole flat Earth thing started?
It was like the people, they thought that like by going to the edge of the world you would fall off of it.
That's not. I mean, modern day version is what I'm asking.
Christopher Columbus.
I don't know where the
where
the modern day version came from.
So the modern day version was originally ironic. It was a bunch of people like me and others that were practicing their debate skills, and we picked a premise that was obviously, or at least should have been, indefensible. The Earth is demonstrably not flat. Every single instrument tells us that. The ancient Greeks could fucking measure that with shadows before we had accomplished, like, we didn't even know, like, germ theory and things like that. They were already measuring it back then. So a bunch of people were practicing their debate skills by trying to debate from a position that you can't defend. And then some people, especially conspiracy theorists, took it over unironically. So now the debate community has moved over to my new favorite conspiracy theory: birds aren't real. But now you know.
Yeah.
But birds aren't real.
No, birds aren't real.
No, they're simulations created by the government. They have cameras in their eyes.
Yeah, the government. Exactly. See, he's woke. He knows.
They're drones, dude. I'm telling you, dude. It's the new government's AI.
And okay. Well, with that,
I don't think anybody's taking things seriously after today's conversation.
With that, I am now titling this one "Conspiracy Theories Are Shit."
Listen, flat earthers, think that, you know how, like, some people, when you go high enough, how you see the curvature of the earth? Literally, because I was watching a TV program recently, like, it's basically a British TV program, right? And they sit down, they interview people, right? And they were interviewing a flat earther, right? And they asked him, so how do I then, when I go up in like a plane or something, I see the curvature of the earth? How does that happen? Guess what their excuse for that is? You think it's going to happen, so you see it because you know you're gonna see it because of how everyone's told you. So that's literally bullshit.
It is. The problem with... Okay, so getting into kind of a serious thing about flat earthing...
The world wouldn't be able to sunrise and sunset because...
We've got off some so big of a tangent.
Okay, so I want to talk about, for a moment, the psychology behind this. It is the same issue we run into with people that just sort of conspiracy theorists. So do you know why that happens, where people will start believing in just, like, obviously crazy things?
Because they don't understand it.
And stuff like... Well, it's not just that they don't understand it. It's not that at all. It's not because they're stupid. And many of these people are actually very smart.
Yeah.
Some of them have mental illness. But here's the thing. It's psychologically, it's about fear. Fear that some people cannot deal with the fact that life is a series of random accidents. There is no reason for the majority of things that happen. Why do kids get cancer? Why do I have LPHS? Why is that person so good at Overwatch? Well, the reason is because
that's why they're so good.
Essentially, exactly. The universe is meaningless, and we are a collection of random data that are mutated over time, and sometimes things are going to happen. Some people cannot deal with this idea that the reason that there is tragedy, the reason that there is pain and disease and heartbreak is no reason at all. It's not, there's no consciousness behind it. There's no malicious or good intentions there. It simply is just a random throw of the dice. For a lot of people, that is a very frightening thought that no one's in control. Conspiracy theorists tend to sort of make themselves, first of all, notice that they're always the hero of their own story. It's this one person who discovered all this stuff, and everyone's against them. So first of all, they've just given themselves a purpose for existing there. But also, if everything is the result of a one-world government or aliens or a conspiracy theory, there is a meaning behind it. And if there is a meaning behind it, it can be controlled in some way. These things are about fear, about a lack of control or destiny in your own life. That's where we get the psychological need for conspiracy theories, for things that are, because, you know, these things to them are unexplainable. You have to, this is the interesting thing to ask a conspiracy theorist when they're dead set on something. Ask them this question: what would make you not believe your theory?
Oh,
Oftentimes they don't have an answer, or they'll give you one and you can turn around and give them that data. I've done this with anti-vaxxers, and they still won't believe you. It's because this isn't about being right, and it's not about this righteous crusade. It's about psychology. That's why.
Yo,
sorry, I'm like queen of random information.
I would like just to touch up on the anti-vax sector like that, right? Because I've read something funny the other day, yeah? So you know anti-vax, right? They're basically like this, yeah? I don't want to cross that bridge because there's a 99.6% of me chance of me dying.
Mm-hmm. So I'll swim in the crocodile.
Facts, though. You need serious help.
Little anti-vax island and see how fun it is to live with communicable diseases.
Well, no, it's like, hey, guess what, kids? This is like mothers now who are anti-vax. They're like, oh, hey, kids, guess what? As a child, I was vaccinated, right? So that apparently didn't give me autism, but it can give you autism, so I better not give it to you.
Well, the thing is, like, that's disgusting about the anti-vaxxer mindset. This is one of the ones I have a big problem with. Flat earthers do nothing but, like, show the world their own incompetence and thinking and their own fear, and you're like, wow, what a sad, weak person. Anti-vaxxers, though,
they're actually harming people.
They they hurt people and let people die, because the thing that vaccination works with is herd immunity. There are people like me who are immunocompromised. There are children, babies, and infants who can't get the vaccines yet. These selfish people are literally saying, I don't care about any of this, and my own child, I would rather have a dead child than an autistic living one that I could still love.
And
that's a really horrible position to come from.
That autism argument hits me the wrong way too, because I was diagnosed with Asperger's, so I'm actually on the autism spectrum, and it was not from fucking vaccines. I was born with this.
So,
well, yeah, there was a study done with like loads of kids. They did it, and they found there was no correlation between autism and vaccines.
So, do you guys want to know where the whole autism from vaccines comes from?
Oh, I'm sure it was like some random person was like, my kid's autistic. And it was all because of vaccines.
So it's a combination of three things. Correlation does not equal causation. Andrew Wakefield is an asshole. And I don't trust the government. It's those three things came together.
I'm sure you can leave it at that.
Well, okay. I can. I mean, if you want to know the history, I'll tell you. If not, don't worry about it.
Andrew Wickham's an asshole. That is the best thing ever.
So the thing about Andrew Wakefield, he was the guy that started this conspiracy, the one that published the retracted and much misaligned paper
that
links vaccines with autism.
Well, the thing is,
supposedly linked.
Well, the vaccines. The thing is, the anti-vaxxers don't even read that paper. You have to understand the history of Andrew Wakefield, because again, this is something I always tell people about when you're trying to figure shit out about the world. Two things: Occam's razor and follow the money. This one is follow the money. Andrew Wakefield developed an alternative vaccine. He was trusting his economic opponent, the other vaccine that was established. He was saying, this one doesn't work, this one kills kids, it causes autism and things like that. It has mercury thiacylmade in there. And so don't buy his, buy mine. That guy's is unsafe. So he was actually advocating for vaccination, but with his own product instead of his rival companies. And so the anti-vaxxers don't even read their own starting paper. He just made a bunch of shit up. Mercury thiacylmade, by the way, is a preservative. It is there in such minuscule amounts that you wouldn't be able to measure it in any conceivable manner without microtools. The whole autism thing is confused with correlation does not equal causation. Basically, your kid was always autistic, but those symptoms don't become apparent until cognition is declining. Basically, all fucking babies are the same person until they get a little older and start developing a personality. Around that time is just coincidentally the same time that you get vaccines. So people are like, I got a vaccine and 2 weeks later, my kid was autistic. They were always autistic. You're not a
didn't
doctor.
show it.
You didn't go for schools for that, right? The symptoms just don't show up until they're old enough to show the symptoms. It's sort of like you have a baby and it yells and screams, right? Well, if it can't learn language, you're not going to know that until the child is trying to talk and language doesn't work for it, kind of thing. That doesn't mean that being 3 years old causes language deficiency. It just means that symptom didn't show up. But a lot of people are just really uninformed about its scientific illiteracy and lack of critical thinking.
Well, with that, I think I now have a title for this one, the one about science. So let's go into the topic.
Sig and Yiggs go back to forth about science.
Let's try to go back to the topic that
part of this podcast is just like Yiggs talks about random shit, because I'm like the queen of random information.
Hey, I don't hate it. So,
and I'm the one who just tries to fight against Yiggs' information.
Just the title of this podcast, Yiggs is still on Hennessy.
So I just realized I have a game right now on a different league, and I completely forgot.
Damn.
That's kind of sad.
That is really
That's
sad.
betrayal,
But they need me.
No.
So Brave and I are gonna go.
Yep, that's fine.
That is so sad. We're
gonna
miss you, Yiggs.
Let's go back
no,
to
I
what
love
I was...
it. You guys are free to talk about stuff without me. It's gonna be fantastic. I'm not gonna be there to bitch
I don't
about
think
things.
I can talk about Flat Earth Society without you, Yiggs.
Don't worry, we're not gonna talk about that.
We're gonna win now every debate.
Us retards are gonna win every one because we're
I
anti-vax.
also like being devil's advocate because I just like debating. Like, I think it's fun. I'm never mad at anybody, and I respect everyone's opinion unless it's a bad one.
Unless it's a bad opinion. Liking the last Jedi.
Like, racism, homophobic, anti-vaxxing, y'all can fuck off.
And liking the Last Jedi.
Okay, buddy. Okay. Alright, with that I'm leaving. If I weren't leaving already, I'm leaving now. Alright, cheers. I'll be back later.
Yiggs bans all of you from OLOC.
So before we go off on another tangent, I just want to say really quick. So, before the podcast started, we saw a new team join into the league and have their first match, the Ordinary Soldiers. I wouldn't say they did bad. I think they just had bad luck going against Mako.
Unfortunately, I can watch that game. I wish I could have.
Well, it's on the channel, so.
That's facts.
But
man's got to study them.
Yeah, I think they just got a strike of bad luck where they were just going against Mako, and that's a tough team to go against.
I'd like to see them go against somebody like 43 Reapers or Horsemen, or heck, even us. I think we played them week 7.
Why the Horsemen, dude? Come on, dude.
Listen, okay, Sig,
here's what I think.
You go. But, Sig, so in case people don't know, Horseman versus Krusty Crew is going to be rescheduled to next week due to some issues going on. So, Sig, I'm going to fucking kick your ass.
Are you sure about that, dude? I ain't talking smack here yet, but we did take out. Well, I know it's a draw now, but technically we did beat Voltage. Which, I'm sorry, we're a team who came last season.
Voltage is having a bad day, right?
Who?
You guys are having a bad day, right?
Let's go.
Just say yes. Just say yes.
Yes.
Hey,
we're going to
Horsemen, I'm telling you, we are strong.
Oh, I thought that you guys were strong.
Zero fucks.
You guys did beat us, but I don't really like debating, but of course, players weren't given roles and shit like that. We've already talked about that.
Now, you have one very good player that I always fear. I'm glad that we took you out also we did. Fucking Eloif can fuck off. That man is a scary man. And he's the only reason why you win anything. I'm sorry. But that man is scary.
Him and Defenchi. Defenchi is very good.
Defenchi's good as well. But, I'm telling you, Eloif is a scary man. Like, a lot of the times we would lose some fights because of him. We put too much focus into him.
And I think the reason we lost, technically lost against 43 Reapers, but then we came back. I think one of the reasons we technically lost was because of Elo, he wasn't on his game like he usually was. Like, if you watch the replays, he wasn't getting massive picks. He wasn't getting fucking 5Ks all the time like he was against you and Neptune.
Yeah, because I think I made a point of that in the stream, that you guys weren't playing like you have proven you can last season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, something just seemed off.
And what I think part of that is, too, is we haven't gotten used to the better teams. I've talked about this with my team, but we're still in the mindset that the only good teams in the league are us, Mako, and last season, Anti and Violent. No knocks on Krusty, but...
No, I know it. I know it.
We haven't gotten used to the fact that the majority of this league are new teams, and these teams are coming in here to fight. They're not gonna bow down to us like Legion and Krusty did last season.
Oh, bow down! Those are big words.
Again, no knocks to Pharrell, but
I'm just sitting here.
Listen, Beachy, yeah. I need some clarification here, yeah. So, obviously, we're versing them next week. If, in your personal opinion, do you think this is an easy game for us, or do you think we're going to struggle?
no comment.
Nah, you can't leave me like that. I need to know at least, are they tough?
He is smart.
Are they a tough team? That's all I need to know.
No comment. I plead the
Okay,
fifth.
then.
I plead the fifth.
Are you sure, dude? I'll come for your neck in the finals.
You tell Defending Elo that I don't play games.
Oh, man.
He does their dirty work, Lord.
Oh, that is awesome.
Pharrell knows I don't play in any games after the Legion game last season.
Yes.
Man can't play video games.
I'm now silver tank.
Oh my god!
I'm all silver.
I don't know.
No. Wait a minute,
captain
Beachy. Are you saying I'm better than you?
I am.
What the fuck?
100%. I could actually destroy Feral in a 1v1.
Bro, you want to go after the podcast
right now, Feral?
Mate, I will destroy you in like Overwatch. I know you said you have like Xenoverse as well. I'd destroy you in that too.
One thing I am good at is I've been getting pretty good at Ryan, so if they put me into tank, you guys better watch out.
Oh, don't you worry, my friend. My Rhino is just too good to even exist.
No. I have huge shatters.
Mate, are you kidding me, dude?
Mate.
Do you not
fatty
see me play
shatty.
Ryan in that game against you guys? I was on Sigma back then. Ooh, you haven't seen me on my Ryan. Now Ryan's back in the meta. I'm a scary child.
Ryan is always meta when Beachy's playing Ryan.
Alright. Well, I think this is a good segue to get into something I did want to go over for this one, which, Beachy, you are welcome to participate in, and that is top 5 favorite Overwatch characters.
Reinhardt.
Now, Sig, would you like to go first, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I go first.
Because what we learned from last time we did a top 5, it was a top 5 least favorite, and we learned that I absolutely hate Yiggs, and I hate you.
I already know Farrell's top 2, by the way. It's Junkrat and Sombra. Merry Christmas.
They're not my top 2.
Alright, so I'm going to go from my 5 and I'm going to go up, if that makes sense. So my least favorite to my most favorite. Alright, that makes sense?
Yeah.
So, number 5, I've got Lucio. Now, I actually love any meta that involves Lucio. I love a Lucio on my team because of speed, and not only that, I love that drop the beat. If you drop the beat for me, I am going to love you. So the day you die. That beat is amazing. I love the speed as a Ryan player that's going in there with the speed. Because everything about Lucio is just the best.
Fair enough.
Okay. And then number 4, I've got McCree. McCree is just one of those DPS that I love to watch, and I'm so glad that he's back in the meta because in Overwatch League, he is so interesting to watch. He's so fun when you just see someone hit 4Ks, all this and the other, and he's so rewarding. You play him, and if you do well, you feel rewarded. Not like you're May. Oh, I'm playing May, look at me, my 4Ks. No, you ain't nothing special. You got a 4K on May. End of story, right? Like, it's just so rewarding when you hit just your shots and you just pop off as a McCree. Okay. Number 3, I'm going to go with Zarya. Now, Zarya is an interesting character, and I've always loved how Zarya kind of works. I think the Graviton Surge, I mean, it's one of the most strongest abilities in the game. I mean, it's probably one of the best ultimates in the game if you can, like, combo it. And I think, like, the bubble system on Zarya is really cool, all, like, juggling sort of thing, and the fact that she has nothing but the bubbles to rely on. And I think, like, it's good that it's really cool how, like, she gets the more damage she can do, the more damage she takes. That's, like, a cool little concept that I like. And that's the reason why Zarya is in my top, in my number 3 spot. Okay, my number 2 spot. Sorry. My number 2 spot is going to be Mercy. Okay, and no, I am not an e-girl. Before anyone asks. Okay.
But you sound like one.
2, I'm the biggest e-girl here. Okay, lads, you found me out. Oh shit! But listen, Mercy, I have adored since season 2. Okay, she's my favorite healer to play. And back in the day when me and my mate used to play a lot, we play Rhine and Mercy, and he would just pocket me the whole entire game, and I would absolutely destroy. And I don't know, there's something about Mercy that is just... It's amazing feeling whenever you got a Mercy on your team and she's a good Mercy. You just know you're going to love that game. And that's been happening since the dawn of Overwatch. Overwatch has always felt great with a Mercy. Because of that. Just not even just the pocket in general, it's just everything. Mercy's just a great character in general.
Yeah. That's why I love her.
Okay, now it's my number 1, and I'm sure everyone already knows what this is, but I don't care. No, it's not Sigma.
It's definitely going to be Sombra.
Oh, Sombra, no, it's not. Okay, it's Reinhardt. Number 1 is Reinhardt. Now, most people don't know me, but if you know me, you know that this character is my favorite, okay? And I'm about to tell you why. Okay? I'm about to hit you with it, okay? Right. Tell me, yeah?
He's building up for me.
Is there another character in Overwatch that literally has a hammer and destroys all the people in front of him?
That was such a good impersonation! Oh my
Listen
God.
to me, yes! I am Reinhardt! Listen.
Oh my god. Okay, so I think me and Sig both can impersonate our favorite characters right now.
The man, Reinhardt, right? It's like everything about him. The fact he's a massive hammer, he fucking swings, right? And then he also swings at the ground so quick that fire comes out of the edge of his hammer. Now that is cool, yeah? And then it's the fact that he can just go, hammer down! And then just destroy everyone, right? That is amazing to me. Now, not only that, right? Reinhardt,
there's more.
Lore-wise, Reinhardt is the best character. I swear to God, that animated short of him and Bulldog, the Reinhardt, where he's like, the Arisa unit comes down, he goes, and they all go, "What is that thing?" And he goes, "That is mine!" And the man just charges for it. And then he loses his eye. And then we find out why Reinhardt's only got one eye, right? Bang! Amazing story drop right there. So we say something else then. That epic scene of Balduric, yeah? Fighting off against all those Bastion units. As Reinhardt comes over to his team, holds up his barrier. How epic can you get? And now...
Not more.
We're going on to my favourite piece of lore.
Oh god,
and story
there's still
of
more.
Reinhardt.
There's still more.
So, Brigitte Lindholm, right? Reinhardt's squire, okay? Now, a lot of people know this, but a lot of people don't know this. That is Torbjorn's daughter, correct? Right. Most people think it's a little bit strange that Brigitte is Torbjorn's daughter, but she's with Reinhardt, right? Most people will think it's because back in the first days of Overwatch, Reinhardt may have raised Brigitte when he was with Torbjorn. That's not it. Now, if you're a nice Reinhardt player like me, right, you'd know that during one of their missions, Torbjorn got trapped and he was about to die. And what else would happen except the first German man out of the crowd would come and save him. And that's exactly what happened. Reinhardt saved Torbjorn's life, and Torbjorn was like this. Yo, Rein, you just saved my life. You get to name my next child. And then boom, Brigitte Lindholm comes along, and that's why Brigitte is so close to Reinhardt, because he saved her father's life.
Bruh.
And that's why Rein is the best character in the world!
Reinhardt's awesome. I will not deny that. Reinhardt is a great character.
Rein is the best character. If anyone disagrees, you need to stop playing Overwatch and go outside.
I'm pretty sure you would have killed me if I said Reinhardt was on my least favorite list.
Mate, I would have come to your house.
Everybody would have killed you. You would have been stormed by the FBI.
FBI, open up! What? You don't like Reinhardt.
You'd be taken away for at least 20 years.
Alright. So, Beachy, do you want to have a minute to think about your 5 favorite and want me to go, or do you have an idea right now?
You can go. I have 4 in mind, but I'm thinking of my 5th.
Alright. So, for me, number 5 is actually Reinhardt.
At least he's on the list.
He's on my top 5. He's in my top 5. He's not.
Why isn't he number 1?
You know who's number 1.
I live for this.
But Reinhardt is number 5. I love playing the character. I think he's like his playstyle is so much different from any other characters. Like you need to play him straight in the face, and it is. Like, you really feel like a presence when you're playing a good Reinhardt. Like, because I play supports a lot when I'm playing alone or I'm playing competitive. So, being able to, like, switch to Reinhardt and being, like, that main focus of that my team is watching for and to see what I'm doing, it's just really fun for me, just to be able to change how I'm playing. For me, number 4 is Roadhog. I absolutely love the big lug.
Get out!
I love the big lug.
This is Junkrat's best friend.
No. Okay, I do love the Junkers, and that's partially why Roadhog is on this list. But I love Roadhog because so most of these characters I actually do play. Like all the ones on this list, I do play, and a lot of it is because I love playing them, and Roadhog is just like can be one of those game-changing tanks in my opinion. Like you throw him in, you have a Roadhog in your team, and he's pulling people into your team, and you're just forcing things into like a 5v6 scenario. Every time you get that hook in, and people capitalize off of it. That and Roadhog, some of his emotes are awesome, and he has some of my favorite voice lines in the game. Number 3. Here's for you, Sigma, for Sig. It is Sombra.
No.
Okay, most people hate her. I love her.
What's wrong with you?
So, Sombra, a lot of my love comes from her from the lore. She is such a mysterious character. So little is known about her, yet you feel like you know a lot about her. You know what her plans are. You know that working with Talon, she has an ulterior motive. Like, we figured that out after her attack on Devoskaya Industries with Widow and Reaper, that she has ulterior motives and she's doing things for her own personal gain. Like, I feel just a weird connection with Sombra where I'm like, she's got a plan. And I want to know where this plan goes, and she is so mysterious. I love her. I hate going against her. Do not disregard that. I'm pretty sure everyone hates going against the good Sombra, but it doesn't make me hate her.
You know what I hate about Sombra the most? People who go invisible, and then like just behind you in all yours, boop, 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 boop.
Boop. No, you know what I do?
Like,
I go, hola. Hola.
Hola. It's like you just see a guy out start spinning, looking for you, like, whoa, what is that?
Where's the fly? So number 2 for me is one of my absolute favorite characters. It is Zenyatta. I love Zenyatta. Zenyatta. He is one of my mains. When I tend to go into comp, I've started one-tricking him just because I'm not bad with Zenyatta. I am actually... I have been told this a lot of times that I am one of the better Zenyatta's people have seen.
Wow.
How many people have they seen?
I don't know. I don't know, but I always seem to perform better than most Zens that I see, because I can go into 1v1s with Zen and I tend to come out on top.
I used to main Zenyatta when I first started playing the game, and since Zenyatta went out of meta, I kind of stopped playing him, but...
Even when he wasn't meta, I still played him, and I'm very happy I did, because it's what helped me keep up my stats with him. But yeah, Zenyatta is he's just really fun for me.
Yeah, he is really fun. I've been trying to get used to playing to him more, because now that he's kind of more into the meta, I usually pick Moira for support, but Zenyatta's now a good option, for sure.
Zenyatta, though, is the reason that Winston was my honorable mention on my least favorite. Just because, fuck Winston and jumping on me. But my number one favorite pick, which I'm sure Sig already knows, is the Junkrat, the Mr. Trash Mouse himself. Okay, so, Junkrat, if people don't know me, I love the crazy character. So, like, my favorite character in DC is the Joker. I always have been attracted to, the insane character. And before I got this game, I had a couple of friends that were playing Overwatch, and I would be sitting on the school bus with them as they're talking about it, and they would start describing, like, plays that they were having in Overwatch, and I'm like, what the fuck is this game you're talking about? And they're like, it's Overwatch, and I'm like, okay, explain it to me, and they're like, well, it's hard to do, there's so many characters, and I'm like, name the crazy character, and my friend, love him to death, comes up and says, alright, there's this character who only uses a grenade launcher. He has an ultimate ability that's basically a self-destructing tire, and I'm like, who is this character? He says his name is Junkrat, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this game, and I'm gonna start playing Junkrat. I get the game, the first character I play is the man that you know I pick, and I immediately fell in love with him. Now, yes, I fell into the stereotype, Junkrats don't aim. But I was fine with that, because I learned him in a way that I don't necessarily have to aim, I just need to know the right angle, where I can just spam nades in and still get damage dealt. So, he's become one of my favorite characters. He's always been one of my favorite characters, and I have heard from people that I can fucking laugh like him.
Go on, do it! I did my Ryan! What the fuck was that?
Seal. That was a seal, not Junkrat.
I think I did a bad one. I think I did a bad one.
Just like punched a chihuahua in the stomach or something.
I'll have to try it again later, but I've heard some people that, if people that hear me in real life, they'd say I have an uncanny laugh to Junkrat.
Oh my god. Yo, Beachy, if you don't have an press and then press with someone, I'm done, dude. Just
I can kind of do Doomfist, I think.
Go on, then.
Doomfist,
yeah.
Doomfist, yeah.
I can't really do it. That's my
Hello, my brothers. I am Doomfist. I am Doom today.
Did you just say brother?
My brother! What are you talking
Hello,
about?
my brother. You do not know the way, my brother.
My brother, I'm Junkrat, what you mean?
Shut up. So, okay, before BG goes, you bring up Doomfist, and for some reason, you saying brother made me remember a joke that me and my friends used to have. So, long before World Q came out, and before I started joining leagues, I would play with a couple other people, and I still play with them a lot, but we started joking around, and we would go into a quick play match, and one of them would go Genji, the other would go Hanzo, and then I don't know where this started, but one of us would just say, alright, you gotta go to the third Shimada. I'm sure everyone was like, the third Shimada? the third Shimada became Doomfist. I don't know where it came from, but
How
we just
is
started
Doomfist a
referring.
Shimada?
I don't know why we started doing that, but we just started referring to Doomfist as the third Shimada brother.
Doomfist is the third Shimada
I think it was more like because there was Genji and Hanzo. It was like, my brother, how are you, my brother? And then Doomfist just comes in, hello, my brothers.
That's a valid point. Maybe there might be some Doomfist lore in the future, you know?
Oh my god. Please no.
Well,
So,
is it my time?
I think it's your turn, Beachy.
Alright, well, may I be granted 6 for this list?
6? No, we didn't get those.
It's a
for
top
this.
5. You can have an honorable mention.
Alright, I'll go 5.
You can have an
Number
honorable
5.
mention.
I'll bring an honorable mention in, alright. Number 5, I'm putting in Hanzo. I love playing Hanzo.
Oh my god.
I'm horrible at sniping, but for some reason with Hanzo...
You leave that for Elo Earth, don't you?
when you play Hanzo and you get those insane headshots from like across the map, it hits somewhere with me. I love getting those headshots and just wiping out a team with his abilities.
You don't even headshot with other people, right?
I know, but something with Hanzo, just like the curve of the arrow and just hitting it perfectly. I don't know why. I don't play Hanzo in games. When I do like 3v3 deathmatch or something like that, I usually go for Hanzo for some reason.
Nah, you gotta go Roadhog, man.
For number 4, I'm going Doomfist.
Oh no. Doomfist.
I'm having a bad list so far, but Doomfist?
Yep.
My brother.
I like the fast-paced game. Like, Doomfist, all of its abilities, just rocket punch somebody into the wall, and then you turn around, you uppercut them, and then slam them into the ground, and then finish them off with a punch or whatever. I like the fast-paced game of Doomfist when I get the chance. But I never play DPS, so I never get the chance.
The life of a tank player.
The life of a tank player. Unfortunately, I only have 1 tank on this list, but we'll get to that.
It's Reinhardt! I already know!
Yeah. Don't spoil it. Number 3, I'm putting Ashe in. Is there a controversy towards Ashe?
Yes.
Is the controversy towards Ashe?
I hate Dynamite. Worst ability in the game. And Bob.
I
Bob's annoying.
I love Dynamite. I love sitting up in the top, throwing Dynamite in there and just getting the whole team with it. And then throwing Bob in. I don't know. I like playing Ashe as well. I don't really have a good reason, but I love Ashe.
Alright, Beachy, do me a favor. Please, in your best Ashe voice, say Bob do something.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
Bob, do something!
What the hell was that?
I don't know Ash's voice. Wait, let me do a voice line of Ashe. Where is it?
You try it.
Oh no, I can't do female voices.
None of us can! What are you saying?
It's not Bob!
Okay, Tracer.
He's out! Bob! Do something!
Bob, do something!
I can't do it. Ashe, I cannot do a quality Ashe impression. I'm sorry, all the viewers of OLOC.
You've ruined it.
I've really let you guys down.
I don't think any of us can.
I don't think it's possible.
Although I would love to hear you two try to do Diva.
Oh god. Hello, Color. GG.
What did you just try to do? That wasn't Diva. That was some crack.
That was Diva.
Fucking Western Diva.
Yes, Nano Color.
I played to win.
GG.
LOL.
You don't want to hear me. You don't want to hear me. Try it.
I want to hear you.
Love Diva. GG.
What the fuck?
What?
GG.
Diva.
Oh man. Alright, keep going, bitch.
Number 2, for I was gonna like this one, Junkrat.
Oh my god. What is wrong with people these days?
Junkrat was just like Pharrell. When I first got the game, I was instantly drawn to Junkrat. and for some reason I started playing Junkrat. And just like Doomfist, I love the fast pace of the game, like across the map, getting somebody, and then up close. I love playing him in death matches where you can get up to somebody, throw a grenade in there, and then throw one of your bomb explodey things. I don't know exactly what they're called, and get an easy kill.
The mines.
The mines? The proximity mine? No, not proximity mine. Concussion mine.
Yeah, you don't even know what it is.
Proximity mines.
Okay, there are 2 mines in this game.
There isn't a proximity mine, is there?
Hammons, that's what they're called. Proximity mines.
Oh right, yeah, they are proximity mines. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute. What does he mean? There's 2 types of mine. I'm like, what?
Widowmaker has a mine.
That's a proximity mine.
Venom mine, yeah.
That's it is called Venom mine, but it's technically a proximity mine.
Huh.
It detonates on proximity.
Yeah. But so do Hammonds.
And then
Yeah, that's why it's called.
for number 1, or I'll go honorable mention, because as I am a tank player, I have to go with Sigma.
Oh no!
Big 9!
The guy got nerfed to the ground. You can't live this anymore.
I'm allowed to pick Sigma as a silver tank player. I just his lore, his backstory of switching to Talon and then switching back, and
alright, then do your best Sigma impression. Go!
Oh, fuck. You don't understand the gravity of this situation.
Synchronize!
I'm not gonna try to sound like...
I can't do Sigma. I'm not even gonna try. I can't do Sigma.
Hold it together. Hold it together!
Synchronize!
Can you hear the music?
What's that sound?
That's melody!
It's playing again.
It's playing again!
And then, number 1, I think everybody guessed it, I said it earlier, Reinhardt.
Right, I told you, it's gonna be my brother!
Helmet down!
No, you gotta do more girth than that, you'd be like,
Helmet
down!
Helmet down!
No, don't go in, you gotta come out still.
That would be Reinhardt, you
Helmet down!
No, rasp your voice, rap your voice. Sound like a really, you gotta sound like imagine like a German man that's been smoking for the last 4 years. You're like, this old dog still knows
I love the way you describe Reinhardt's voice, holy shit!
It's biggest. Oh, it does feel bad in the morning.
I'm not
Justice! Reinhardt, yes!
Oh my god! It's so
I am basically Reinhardt, my friends. What is all this standing around? There's work to be done.
Let's move it!
Let's move it!
Bring me another!
Bring me another!
Are you scared to face me?
This.
What do we have here?
The hammer and the sickle.
100% German power.
100% German power.
Precision German engineering.
Precision German engineer.
Sig, can you just say beer?
Beer!
There you go!
The fact matter is, like, most people, you'd think it would actually hurt my voice, but it doesn't. I can, like, switch in and out whenever I want to, my friends. It's that good. I don't know how I got the ability to do that, because every time I'd start feeding as Reinhardt, I'd just start screaming like Reinhardt so that I could just kill everyone. I'm like, get off me, my friends! The bacteria is failing!
Alright, can you please say, I play to win as Reinhardt?
Yeah, I can. I play to win!
So good.
Oh,
I
God.
live for this!
If anybody has a better Reinhardt impression than Sig, you're lying to yourself.
You're
You
lying
are
to your
yourself.
fucking self.
I am basically the voice actor for Reinhardt.
Honestly.
Earth Shatter, ready!
Earth Shatter, ready!
Well, I'm gonna find some good Reinhardt voice lines for you to do.
I don't know. I've just always been good at it. I don't know why. It's like one of those things. Like
Darren DePaul has nothing on Sig.
I am the better Darren. When Darren dies, they're gonna get me into do stuff.
Wait, Sig, you didn't do the best one.
Jeff Kaplan's scouting our stream.
Sig, you didn't do the best one. Come here.
Come here.
Real BMG said in the OLOC stream, he said, "Say it's high noon, is Ryan."
Oh shit!
It's high noon.
You couldn't. The mic couldn't take it. Wait.
Can you just imagine a Reinhardt holding up his hands? He's just got like a fucking McCree's peacekeeper in the other hand.
Say catchphrase.
Catchphrase! Oh,
there you go.
I slipped there though at the end.
Did you?
Catchphrase! Yeah, when I said phrase, I went, phrase! That makes me like, catchphrase! That's a hard word to say, what the fuck?
Alright, we gotta think of other alt lines for him to say.
Just be like, Propagandalus lucis!
That's awesome. Reapers, do reapers.
Just die!
It sounds so off for Reinhardt!
Just imagine Reinhardt just spinning with two shotguns.
No, he's just spinning like a twister with his hammer.
I'm trying to think what else. Whatever voice.
I'm trying to like Bob do something.
Oh God, Bob, do something.
It sounds so like
too high for this.
Yeah.
Or maybe you might say like a little bit more aggressive, like, Bob, do something.
That would be it. That would definitely be it.
Bob, what the fuck are you doing? Do something.
Oh man. That is one of the few.
Get back in the fight.
That is one of the few times you guys will ever hear me laugh like that. Oh man.
Riptide ready.
I would have to say Reinhardt has some very good voice lines.
Oh, he does. I love just running catchphrase.
One of my friends likes to combine two voice lines. He goes, "Honor, justice, bear."
Honor, justice, bear.
BMG said, "I've got you in my sights. Molten Core, nerf this, and rally to me."
US
Oh no! Did you hear that, Sig?
What?
Molten Core, nerf this, and rally to me.
So it'd be like, Molten Core!
I would hate to see Reinhardt try to do that. Like, just thinking of what everyone calls Torbjorn's ult.
And it's just nerf this! I just imagine laughing in my sight! And he's like, rally to me!
I'm pretty sure that's where Drake learned it, honestly.
It probably was. It's like, rendezvous on me, everybody!
Rally to me!
Never die!
Oh god.
It's just, Allah to me! My servants never die. Oh god. It's just, my servants never die!
What has this podcast become?
It's become us making Sig play to our whim.
Sig is my savior that never dies.
This.
Okay, Sig, you don't understand. The more I talk to you with these podcasts, the more I really just want to play with you.
Man, I'm telling you, dude. I'm very cheap, you know. On the weekends, you know, I'm only $9.99 an hour. You know.
We can have a grand old time, and then you can send me on my way.
Exactly, dude. That's how we
Alright.
work it. You know, I do not
Except
do
for
this
after
cheap, my
stream,
friend.
guys.
I cost a lot. My service is high.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my fucking vocal cords are gonna be dead tomorrow.
I know. Like, that's what I'm worried about right now.
The thing is, it doesn't actually hurt my throat, and that's the amazing thing. Like I don't know why I built like an immunity to it.
I mean,
Like, you'd think how graspy it goes. Like you'd think like, oh shit, his voice is probably gonna die.
my Junkrat impression, you would think would do something to my throat too. I mean, it's not a good impression. I'm working on it. But
Yo,
yeah.
dude, you know what I should do? For a whole game, just commentate like Reinhardt.
No.
That's Yarisa! She's going in! Ah, she's going to get Z2!
Wait. So, second, I thought I heard you say Brigida's going in. She's going after the Jew.
I said this. She's gone. I said she's gone and got two. What the hell?
I heard Jew.
What the hell? She's gone and she's going for the Jew.
Poggy's had enough of this.
Oh my god. Dude, we're gonna get cancelled now.
We're not monetized, don't worry.
After this, we will be.
Oh no, Brigitte, please don't go for the Jew.
Oh, I love the Jew.
Again.
Oh my god.
It's a perfect time for some mayhem.
It's the perfect time for some mayhem. Ha ha. As if Junkrat was a Ryan man.
Girl.
I kind of want you to try and do Roadhog's laugh in Reinhardt's voice.
Oh,
Like it wouldn't be Reinhardt's laugh. It'd be like.
See, it just doesn't work. It's how graspy, like, because like I don't know, put it, like Reinhardt's is like, and then it's like Roadhog's like, you know what I mean? It's like try to do it both. See, because Reinhardt's is like, where it's like,
BMG asked if he can
I love
commentate with us,
Reinhardt's
he'll do
laugh.
hog.
He doesn't laugh. He doesn't laugh for long. He's not like someone who just like sits and starts laughing. He's just like,
Wait. So BMG, you'll do Hog. Sig will do Ryan. Oh, this is fucking gonna be finals.
Oh, dude, you know how people like do like animations, like in like you know what we should do. Release like an OLOC, like animate, like our own animated movie. Just have like Ryan and Hog in there. Have you on the Junkrat laughing? Done, dude. We'll make our own movie, dude. Machinima's coming back.
Machinima's coming back.
Oh my god.
Oh, that would actually be fun. That would actually be fun to watch some like try and get some animated crap from these podcasts.
It goes on the official Overwatch lore.
Oh, my head's up going now because that fucking accent does my head like
Passes out on the podcast.
I would imagine it takes like a lot of air.
Yeah, it does. I like dizzy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like thinking about like getting animated clips from this, like I'm like thinking that Star Wars episode that we have. Oh, there's material there.
Oh my god, that'd be funny as hell.
Like you just see you, like you're version would be a Sigma dressed up like a Reinhardt. Then you've got a Totodile just yelling at Moira and saying that The Last Jedi was bad.
Oh my god. What? Why? The Last Jedi was such a shit movie. What the fuck?
Frau, I have a question.
What?
Can't believe that.
If Totodile is your favorite Pokemon, then why is your name Totodile?
Okay, so this is actually what happened. So Feraligatr is actually my favorite Pokemon. That's why my screen name is Feraligatron. What happened, and this was like, I believe this actually came about last season in OLOC when Griffin and Gubbins and Jack and all of them were still there.
Yo, Griffin.
So I still hang out with them. And when we would talk and play together, they would start joking around with me because my screen name is Feraligatron, but as you guys can tell, I'm not a very angry person normally. It's hard to get on my nerves. Like, last week, or not last week, the week before that when we did the top 5 least favorite, that was probably the only time anybody's ever actually heard me angry. So, because of that, Griffin started calling me Totodile, because I'm not angry. I'm more carefree and happy like a Totodile, where a Feraligatr is more like menacing and scary. I'm like a Totodile trying to be a Feraligatr. So he started just calling me your little Totodile. So that's why I've started just becoming known as the Totodile, rather than the Feraligatr.
That's mad though, Alice. I don't know, like, names for me have always been hard, like, to come across, you know, like getting a good name is, for me, it's like the hardest thing I'll ever do in my life.
I came up with this screen name like years and years ago, and it's just stuck.
Like with me though, like I have to be called a character. I don't know why. It's like it doesn't feel right otherwise.
Oh, did BGDC again? Yeah, no, I don't. Because I don't really see the need to be called by, like, a character. I mean, my sub-account is Splash Totodile in honor of, like, the little nickname that I've gotten. Yeah, it's just always stuck with me. Like, I can't be anything other than Feraligatr whenever I make an account for something. Well, I think we've reached that point at least. Oh, my throat is starting to get sore from laughing so much. So yeah.
My Wi-Fi is wonderful!
That's why he doesn't play.
This is why I'm in silver. I've lost like 10 games in a row because my Wi-Fi crashes. I can't handle it.
I was about to say, do you want to play with me sometime and we can try and get you back into Plat? But then I hear that and I'm like, no, I don't want to lose that song because I end up in a 5v6 because of your Wi-Fi.
No, I'm gonna get a new router, so...
I'll carry you, dude, don't worry.
I'm gonna try to get a new router soon, so if I get a new router, then for sure we can play.
Yo, Bet, I will get in touch with both of you, and the three of us, I can stream on my own personal Twitch.
Oy.
That would
Sig talking as Ryan the whole time.
That would be a fun. I feel like that would be a fun time.
As I play Ryan, of course, because I'm a pro Ryan.
Right, he's the pro Ryan when I'm the master.
In the chat, or if you watch this after, if you would like to see that on the main channel, let me know, because I would be very happy to post that on the main channel. That would be really, really stupid and really fun.
BG, Pharrell, and Sig, the ultimate trio.
The ultimate trio, dude.
Except 3 of us play tank.
Nah, I can play other roles, don't you worry about it.
Yeah, no, I can play DPS and support too, so it's not like...
Put Pharrell on Zenyatta.
Yeah, just put me in Zen.
Apparently he's the best one there, so...
Just put me in Zen and we'll win.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I'll be a meme.
Just Pharrell and Zenyatta. He's getting made fun of.
I would get so made fun of. Like, you should have done this. Shut up! Alright. Well, I think we've reached that point. Wouldn't you guys say?
Or, never mind.
What were you gonna say, Beach?
I was gonna say, while I'm here, is there any talk about Voltage? Any questions? Or is that not?
I mean, you guys had a bye this week, didn't you?
Yeah. That's why I'm here.
I want to know what your plans are going forwards with the team. Is there, by any chance, that you'll be releasing Elo Earth so that we can get him on our team?
No. If Elo Earth is going anywhere, he's going to be picked up by Krusty. What are you talking about?
Nah. I think
everybody in the league is going to claim
well.
Elo if we drop him.
Now, I think Elo, listen, mate, I can give you a better salary than what they're paying you. Yeah?
You're going to pay him?
I'll pay you, dude. I will pay you, dude. Just hit me up, yeah, on Discord. We got ourselves a deal, yeah, my friend.
You're not even the captain, dude.
I can still pay for people.
For Elo is not going anywhere, so don't get your hopes up.
Elo, dude. Elo, I can tell you this much, dude. They ain't gonna pay you, dude. I am.
I told my players if we win CGL, I'll pay them.
That's if. You know how many teams are in CGL?
I mean, when we win CGO.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody in CGL that's watching this, watch your backs.
I don't know, dude. That's a pretty ballsy claim, dude. I'm just saying, dude. You know, CGL is full of their
the top tier teams.
CGL is a league. CGL is definitely a league.
Like, you have OLOC, that's like our bottom. Then you have CGL, which is like let's put it this way, yeah? OLOC is like, how do I put it? Like business class. And then CGL is like first class, like United Emirates, like flying to India type of shit, like $1,000 flights and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, they serious.
I tried to do a CGO team. No.
Krusty is?
No, I tried to do a team in CGO. No. It was not for me.
No. One thing that is kind of concerning for Voltage is, I'm not sure if both of you saw or not, but we had to drop Godspeed.
Oh, why is that?
He told us that he got way too angry at the game, and he felt that his emotions on Overwatch were causing him to become way too angry in real life. So he was quitting Overwatch.
Wow.
So we only had Godspeed for 1 week. I thought it was gonna be such a good claim, like steal from Seattle and get him for free.
It would have been great because Godspeed's a great player.
Absolutely huge player on our team, but unfortunately, he decided to leave 1 week in. So.
Yo, I've got a question for the ages, right? And I want everyone to say this, yeah. So, if by a chance, yeah. I know you guys can calm down now, yeah, because I know you're all gonna want me, right? But if I was kicked, yeah, who would pick me up, yeah? I'm just saying, yeah, I know you'd pick me up instantly, but that's
As for
okay.
what, Tank?
Yes, I know you'd pick me up instantly. Listen, dude, you think that Shredder is good, dude? Defendry is good, dude? Nah, dude. Come on, dude. Listen, dude.
I mean, you've got two captains right here with you.
Exactly, dude. Listen, Pharrell and Beachy, yeah, keep me on the radar, yeah, because I promise you this, yeah.
Hey, what SR are you?
I'm Masters at the minute.
Ooh, what are we talking, 32?
32. Masters at 32!
32?
I'm retarded. I really am retarded.
We talking, like, my peak is, like, 38.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, Shatter might be losing a spot then.
There we go, dude. I'm gonna replace it. I'm just saying, yeah.
But But hear me
There's no
out.
saying.
Krusty will pay you well.
Hey, I'm just saying. I don't know what's happening yet. They haven't dropped me yet, but I have slight suspicions I might get dropped
Wait. Why would you get dropped? I want the inside scoop.
Drama.
TMZ Live. I want the inside scoop.
Do you want the real answer, or do you want my answer?
I want both.
I want both.
My answer is that that I'm just too good for them all, and that's the reason why.
What's the real answer then?
Their reason why is because I don't know, they want to blame me for everything. I don't know.
I mean, it's a fair point. You are kind of bad. I'm kidding.
What'd you just say?
That's coming from the man that wants to pick you up. Hey, Fig, that spot on Krusty, still open.
hey, dude, I'll keep that in consideration, dude. No, it's just one of those things that I don't know. I play in one of the other leagues called CC, Console Contenders, and I don't know, I'm there, right, as Reinhardt, hitting 6k shatters, yeah? And then I'm still getting told that I'm playing badly?
I mean, we might have a spot on Voltage opening up soon, so you're definitely on the radar.
I don't know, they might not drop me, but they probably will.
If they do, I mean, saying. You know who to call.
Mate,
who are you gonna call? Not
and it's not the Ghostbusters. or Pharrell.
No, call me.
No, don't call Pharrell. He's the Krusty crew captain. Who wants to talk to him?
Hey!
He's the Krusty captain. I don't want to talk to the Krusty captain.
My name is Mr. Krabs, and I like money.
Yeah, you like money. You'll take my paycheck. Yeah, I'm good.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'll pay you well. I'll pay you well. Listen, Michi, how much would you pay him?
I will pay him $0.
I will pay you $2.
That is a lie.
Right. That's a
200% increase.
Hey, I don't know, man. Like, he doesn't even pay SpongeBob that much. I don't know what you're talking about.
I will pay you $2 per map.
Per map? Yo, I'm gonna be making some bank, dude.
I'd like to come out. I am leaving Voltage, and I am moving to Krusty Crew.
You're giving us the captain position.
I am sorry to all the Voltage players, but they are paying me $2 a map, and it's a done deal. I mean,
sorry, but when did he agree to this?
Yeah. You realize there's two points to this, right?
Yeah, and you do realize that you are the silver one who wants to get carried by us.
The B-22 cheese, my Smurf.
Right. He's really a top 500. Don't worry.
Yeah,
he's really number 10.
Better than Defendi. It's a known fact.
Yeah.
Man's a hidden weapon. See, he's there and when no one expects, he's just gonna be put on the roster. Bang! Instantly, as soon as you look at him, you turn to stone, and he's Medusa. He's the modern day Medusa.
He's the modern day Medusa. Yes.
You look at him, dude, and you just die. You just perish.
I mean,
you look at him wrong, and you're dead.
Things over here proving my claim. I mean, Pharrell, hit me up, man. $2 a map.
$2 a map, mate. Hey, I'll take that.
Hey, what is that? That's like $8 an hour. That's more than I'm making. $0 an hour. Whoop, whoop.
Oh my God.
Still less than minimum, but
it's not even minimum wage, but I'll take it.
We're winning, and Sig throws 2 maps just to bring it to map 5, so he gets paid $10.
I get paid more. Yes.
No overtime. No overtime on Krusty.
Nah, give me a bonus then, so if we win, then I get $5 as well. Then I'm sold. You can have me right now if you want.
Alright, I'm leaving. I will go to Krusty because they'll pay me $2 a map and $5 for winning.
But there's the catch, you guys all just froze, so you'd have to pay me the bonus.
It's if we go against Voltage and Beachy knows about it, so he's just like, guys, I want you to lose.
Yo, no, actually, pick up Beachy for $2 a map, yeah, but just don't, never sub him in. Just keep him on the bench.
Damn.
You're a great bench warmer.
I'm doing my part, man.
Water boy.
That's some high quality H2O right there, baby.
I mean, you are Beachy.
I know. Go to the ocean, grab some quality salt water, cook that shit up in a pot, and there you go.
Oh, man. You're not going to spread around that Krusty would pay you $2 an hour. Please, you're not.
All the Krusty crew right now, it's just
Wait,
like,
what?
yo, it's just like that one meme, and it's like, it's just Sig, it's just like, oh, I want money if I'm gonna join this team. It's just Beachy. It's just like this. I want $2 a match if I'm gonna be playing, and it's just the rest of the Krusty crew. Wait, you guys are getting paid?
Yeah. No, I feel like it's more gonna be the "Come and Get Your Love" meme.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Alright, well, we're pushing at about an hour and a half now, so I think it's about that time. And I've got things going on too later on tonight.
It's an honor co-hosting with you guys.
You're welcome to join in anytime you want, BG.
Don't flatter me, don't flatter me.
So one thing that we are going to talk about is, we might be moving to a new night next week. I believe we're talking about trying to do it Friday next week. The time, not sure of yet, but I'm pretty sure we're set that we're going to try to do it on Friday next week to try and get more special guests on, because with Overwatch League being on weekends, it's hard to get people on, since they kind of want to watch the league.
Yeah, true.
So
Nah, you should be watching Overwatch League. We're more skilled than the Overwatch League.
definitely.
We're console players. We have bigger brains. Because we didn't waste our money on our PC rig. That's why we have bigger brains.
Though. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. The podcast is probably going to be on Friday next week. Anyways, thanks Sig for joining us. Beachy's already left, so that's fine. So, and we hope to see you guys again next time.